Would you like to know how to create your own SB19 notebook? I am going to show you how in this video. Hello and what's up, fellow 18s? Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am very excited about today's video because I will be sharing with you a little bit of my creative slash artistic side. First of all, before I move into that topic, please excuse the kind of messy background here. I am back in my office here at home, but as I mentioned in my previous video, I am in the process of moving stuff around. Yes, that hasn't been completed and done yet. So that is why there is no explanation, there's no excuse for that, but just ignore it for now, okay? All right, moving on. Today's video is going to be very exciting because I will share with you the process that it took me to create the SB19 themed notebook, which I shared with some of our fellow 18s back in July during the SB19 concert here in Temecula. So if you've been wondering or if you've been wanting to create your own SB19 notebook, this is the video for you. So stay right where you are, stay tuned, pay close attention because I am going to walk you through the step-by-step process that I took to create mine. So I'm going to switch the camera to kind of like a screen sharing mode so that you can see what I do on my screen, on my laptop, all right? So let's get right into it. All right, so what you are looking at on your screen right now is my Canva account. So you are going to need a Canva account for this project. So Canva has a free account and also has a premium account. So with a free account, you should be able to do this project. You don't need to have a premium account. So just a free Canva account should be good. All right. So if you do have a Canva account, just log into your Canva. And here on the left navigation bar, just click on Create. All right. And then on the search bar at the top, it is prompting you to tell the system or tell the AI what you would like to create, or tell Canva what you are hoping to create. So for this, I would just say notebook, all right? And then it will come up with suggestions on the template, right? So I will just select this notebook cover right here. So when you click on that, it will open up kind of like the page editor or the design canvas for you. So by default, I believe the size of this project is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. The way I was able to figure that out was by clicking this file at the top navigation bar. If you click file, right below the untitled design, it says spiral notebook and 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So we are going to resize this because an 8.5 by 11 inches notebook is kind of big unless you really want that size. But I believe that the size I went for my project, for the notebook that I gave away during the SB19 July concert, was a 6 by 9, I believe. So you can, of course, decide a custom size for you, but the way we are going to customize this or change the size of this project is by clicking the resize tab at the top. Canva will automatically recommend some of the most commonly used, sizes for this type of project. But if the options are not showing the size that you're going for, just click custom size, and then you just type in, the dimensions that you want. So 6 by 9 for my project, and I will just click right here below, resize this design. All right, so that's already resized. So what we're going to do is select our image, the image that we're going to use for the notebook, okay? So here on the left navigation bar, we are going to use uploads. So when you click on the uploads button here, it will either show all of the media assets that you have stored in your Canva account. If you are just starting out with your Canva account, that means it will be empty. There will be no images or video files or audio files in your library here. So you're going to click upload files, and then you're going to have to pull the image from your laptop or your computer, whatever device you're working on. So click on upload files, and it will open up, the pop-up box, and then you're just going to click on a file that is in your computer that you want to use. But in my case, my SB19 picture is already stored here in my library, so I'm just going to click on that. All right, so this is the most important part. We cannot sell this project because we don't own the image. This is a borrowed image from SB19 that I got from their website or one of their web pages. So if you are creating this project, it has to be just for your own use or to give to a friend. But again, we cannot sell this. We do not own this image. I did not sell mine. I gave away the project. I gave away copies of the notebooks to fellow 18s. So I just have to say that, okay? So now that you have that image, and what I did here, let me just backtrack here a little bit. I just either clicked on that image that I have uploaded into my Canva library, or another way to do it also is to just hold down on your mouse, and then just drag and drop it onto the canvas. Okay, so now we're going to create a back cover. And what we're going to do is just add a page, click add page, and either you use another image here, or what I did with mine was let me just remove this. What I did with my back cover is I just duplicated this front cover, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I did. So again, one option for your back cover is to add a blank page. Right below it, there's a button that says add page, and then you are going to see another blank canvas. So you can upload or drag and drop a totally different image there. But what I did with mine, since I am showing you the exact process that I did for creating my notebook, I just duplicated this same image. And then what I did was I removed the boys. I removed the boys from this image because it was the back. All right. So what I did here was I clicked on the image. So click one time, and then a navigation bar or a kind of like a toolbar will appear at the top, and then you will click edit, and then you will look for, which one is what? Magic Grab here at the top. Under Magic Studio on the left navigation bar or the left panel, under Magic Studio, you will click on Magic Grab. And then you are going to grab the boys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very cool tool from Canva. And then just click on delete at the top. Will take a few seconds. There you go. So they're gone, and that is exactly what I used for the back cover. So front cover, we have the boys, and back, they're not there anymore. Okay. So at the top, because this image, if you notice, there is no logo that says Simula at Wakas, right? So I grabbed that image from SB19's website and uploaded it into my library. So it's already here, as you can see on my upload files or uploaded files. So I'm going to click on that and we'll drag it in place wherever I want it. But if you notice, if I click on that, it has its own black background, right? So in order to get rid of that, just click on that image, and then again, the toolbar appears at the top, and then we're going to click on BG Remover, or short for Background Remover. So click that and let Canva do its magic. All right, so now we have a transparent image there, and that's very easy, very simple. You can do this definitely. So now I don't have the pages, right? But here's the thing, here's a great thing about Canva. You don't have to create the pages, especially if you're just going to create a blank notebook, or, you know, the usual notebook with rules for writing. So we are going to stop right here. I also added kind of like a text here that says this is a fan-made project, blah, 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 and this is not for sale. So I highly recommend that you search for that kind of like a copyright infringement waiver statement. I don't know the proper term for it, but you know, you just have to make sure that it's written there somewhere on your notebook, on the back cover, if especially if you're giving this away to somebody, because you just will never know after you've given it to a friend, for example. You just will never know who else might get a hold of it, right? And maybe someone who is also an SB19 fan would like to pass it along to somebody else, and but we just want to be careful. That's all I'm saying. So just make sure that there's a text there. So what you're going to do is here on the left navigation bar, once again, you're going to hover over text, and then just click either a body or subheading. So I would just say body because then it's very tiny. And then we're just going to expand this text box, and then just, you know, type anything. I would use ChatGPT for the right wording of it, but just for the purpose of this video and keeping it short and sweet, I would just say this is a fan made project, and I would just say and is not intended for sale. Is that right? Well, however you want to word it, or it's not for sale or whatever. Just keep it short and sweet. And then, and it's not, I'll just say it's not for sale. There you go. Um, and then you would just say image credit SB19. Or if you want to be more detailed about that, you can just say the image belongs to SB19, or image is a property, is the property of SB19. There you go. Okay, so we're going to make this a lot smaller too, because once this is printed, it's going to be a lot bigger. So maybe 8. Yep. Okay. And then just make sure that you can resize the text box by dragging the sides, you know, pulling it towards the center. If you hover over the side of or the corners of the text box, you will see the double-ended arrows. So that is the tool that you will use to kind of like resize the text box. So yeah, again, you can reword it however you want, but let's just say this is how we want it. And so now we can have it printed by Canva. I would recommend that because it's easy, it's faster, it's very convenient. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click the share button at the top right hand corner of the Canva screen. So you click share, and then you can click right down below here. There's an option that says print with Canva. So we are printing with Canva, and then you can just maybe look for a notebook. There you go, notebooks. So by clicking that, it will open up another tab. It's kind of like automatically resizing your project for notebook printing. Okay. So now we can see the kind of like a preview of what this project's going to look like. So we're going to have to resize yet again. Not a problem. It's very easy. Again, it's just a matter of dragging and pulling, the corners of this uh, cover image, right? So what we're going to do is just hover over, the corners or the edges of the image, and just pull it towards the end of the white canvas underneath until you don't see any more white background. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing for the back cover. Click on the image and then hover over the edges until you see the double arrow. Hold down your mouse or your, what is that? The scroll pad. And then just drag everything to the sides. So this is good to go. So now, if you notice here on the right side of the screen, you can see a preview of what the project would look like. If I click on that, it pops up, like it expands that view for you. So we can see this is looking really good. If you want to be like, okay, I want that simulat wakas a lot bigger, because now that I'm viewing it kind of like a little zoomed out and viewing the mock-up image, I think I want it bigger. And so what we can do is we can close this pop-up box, and then we can still continue editing it. Okay. So, but make sure you center everything. Okay. By dragging it, just holding down your mouse or your pad here, and then you will see that there is kind of like a pink line that appears right down the center. That is your center marker. So that tells you that the image or the component that you are dragging is already centered. All right. So now again, we're viewing the mock-up. Looks good, looks good. Back view. Awesome. All right. So what we now are going to do is we are going to check what we are ordering from Canva. All right. So we are printing via Canva. So this is the size. Again, Canva resized it to 6.375 by 8.25 inches. Still good, no problemo. And then you have some options here for the inside pages. Okay, so you can have it college ruled, which is narrowly spaced lined pages for compact note taking, kind of like just the regular, notebook. And then the other one is wide ruled, so wider space in between the lines. And then there's also bullet. So it's dotted pages to organize your to-do lists, scheduling reminders, and more, or a blank page if you want to just, freestyle content. So let's just say we're going for a blank, blank pages, a blank page notebook. So you have a lot more flexibility. And then the next option here, again, focusing our attention on the right navigation bar here, right panel. Now we are down to the cover settings. What cover type do you want for your project? Is it kind of like the softer cover or the hard cover? I always go for the hard cover. It's more durable and it looks more elegant, so I would choose hard cover. And then you can see here that based on those specific choices that you selected, your notebook is priced at $31.55 per notebook. And again, we are not selling this. This is the cost for you to have this notebook for you. But that's one notebook. On Canva, the pricing is structured in such a way that the more you order, the more copies you order, the cost per unit decreases. So for example, if you order 2 notebooks, so there is a 7% off. If it's like 10 notebooks, then you have 13% off, and so on. So, and again, if you just want it for you anyway, I would just say maybe start with 3 notebooks. It's less than $100, so let's just say 3 notebooks. And then there are some like fine prints here. It says details, designed for a front cover and back only. Okay, and then it contains 160 inside pages in your choice of ruled, bulleted, or blank styles, and then bound with sturdy black spiral binding, and lies flat when open or closed. So again, if you want a kind of like a preview of what it would look like, it will be like this. This is what Canva meant by the black spiral binding, and then it opens, or it lies flat when opened. So meaning when you open your notebook, it doesn't do like this, right? It does this like super flat. All right, so, and then you just continue to your order. So you will click on this continue, and then when you click that, it will prompt you to add it to your cart, or you can also do a final check by downloading kind of like a sample PDF file of your project, so you can see it, what it would look like once printed. And then if you're good, you can either add this to cart if you're still working on another project, or you can continue by clicking checkout. And then of course, it will take you to a checkout page where you can type in your billing information and all that. And we'll also give you options for delivery. Like you have an economy delivery, which is 7 to 14 business days, or standard delivery, which is 5 to 8 business days. So the economy delivery, which takes up to 7 to 14 business days, is for free. Canva does not charge you extra for that. But if you want it to be delivered within 5 to 8 business days, which is considered standard, an $8 delivery charge will be applied to your bill. If you want it sooner than that, which is 2 to 3 business days, then it's another $25 on top of the cost of the printing. All right, and then when you're good to go, you just, of course, enter your payment method and so on, and then place your order. That's about it. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's quick tutorial. If you do create your own SB19 notebook using the techniques, the methods, the steps that I shared with you today, please share that with me. I don't mean send me a copy of your notebook, just maybe send me a screenshot of it, or message me and tell me where I can view your project. Maybe you're posting it on your Instagram or other social media account. Just let me know, okay? I would love to support you on that, and I'm excited to really see what you come up with. All right, well, that's all for now. Thank you so much. And if you like watching and seeing more videos like this, if you like what you see here on my channel, please support me by subscribing, commenting, liking, and sharing any of my videos. And please reach out to me because I don't bite and I would love to get to know you. Bye for now, and thank you so much. Love you.